Hi first graders, so today we are going to be drawing our tree, our seasons tree. So we've got a big piece of paper, and the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to fold it in 2/4, but it's kind of a different way than you're used to, so watch carefully. We're going to take it over. We're going to line up those edges really carefully. And if you stick your hand at the end and run it backwards and make that first crease, then we're going to fold it in half again, lining up those edges, holding steady, and make that crease. Then we're going to unfold it. And it wants to come up on me kind of crazy, so I'm going to flip it over because then I can push it down and I can still see where my creases are. All right, now we're ready to draw our tree. We're going to start right here in the middle where our middle line is, and we want our trunk, our tree trunk, to be right on either side. So I'm going to draw one line up on one side of that fold and one line up on the other side of that fold. Now this is where it gets fun. We get to start making our branches, and we need our branches to reach all the way over to these end panels because we want it to reach into all of our seasons. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a branch this way, and we're going to take a branch this way, and then we're going to create a Y. Or you can also create more branches here. I could do 3. So I'm going to do 3 just because I can. So I just created a V. Do you see that V letter shape? And then I'm going to put one over here to divide that section. And just like almost like magic, we instantly have 3 branches. And we're going to have a lot more branches as we finish up today. So we're going to go to another branch end now. Now this is important because if you don't go to the end of the branch, you're going to be a little lost. So I'm going to follow my trunk all the way up to one of my branch ends. And right here is the end of my branch. I'm going to take those 2 lines and I'm going to sprawl them out. Just like that. And then I'm going to draw a V in the middle again. Just like that. And then I'm going to go to the end of my other branch and spread it out and put a V. And you're going to keep doing this all the way to the ends of each of your branches, sprawling them out and making a V. Now I'm going to come over here because I want you to see what happens when I run into another branch, because right here when I spread out, I'm going to run into this branch. Now I'm going to go over this one because I can, and I'm going to put a V in here. Uh-oh, my pencil's getting ready to break on me. And then on this one, when I spread this one out, I'm going to spread it out and go on the other side of this branch right here. Now this one's a little tricky, so I'm actually going to bring this one out longer and put my V in. That way I know where this branch can go. So it looks like I'm not going to really see that line because that would spread out right there. But I am going to see these lines right here. And then I can spread this branch out, draw a V, spread this branch out, draw a V. And you're just going to go all the way to the edges of your paper. But if for some reason you don't want to go all the way to the edges and you make it into those last panels, you can end it. So I'm going to do some smaller branches right here, and I can choose to end it with a little oval. And maybe some of them go all the way to the edges and some of them end. To your tree, you get to decide what it does. Now this one's a little tricky. Trees don't usually grow down, they usually grow up. So I'm gonna make a tricky little branch right here, And I can see already that I'll have to erase that little line, but that's okay. There, and then it branches up. And I can just continue along with all of my branches, ending some. Some of them can go all the way to the edge. You are the artist. You get to decide what your branches do. Now, once you get to this part over here, and I see I still have some that are hanging out here, so let me just end those for me. Whoops. Now, once you get to this point, if you look and you go, oh, it's missing a branch somewhere, you can go ahead and put in another branch. Like I can see right here that a branch would look kind of cool sticking out right there. And then I can easily just erase that little line that I had without any problem. Okay, and that kind of fills that space a little bit. All right, here I go. I'm gonna finish it up. All right, and now we have a completed tree other than the bottom where we would have our roots. And you can decide whether you want to just take that right down to the bottom of the paper and let it fall off the edge, or you can actually create some little roots that flow down to the edge of the paper. There we go. All right, and we have created our tree. Don't forget to write your name over in the bottom corner, because if there's no name, you won't have any fame. All right, it's your turn.